All right, what's Trump got to say here? A Truth Social post, my favorite posts. I love posting on Truth Social, don't we, folks? I've always had a good, very good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. No, my shonen protagonist arc. No, it's not working, guys. Guys, I think Trump is starting to learn firsthand that negotiating with tin pot fucking dictators might be harder than it looks, guys. Whoa, crazy. Who would have thought that, like, his. Because he was trying to do this with Mark Carney as well, saying, like, I just want friendship with Canada. And it's like, you already have friendship with us? We've been friends for the past, like, 200 years? Ever since the 1812 war? I like, what? It's really weird. But Putin ain't the kind of guy who likes friends. He seems like to be a very lone wolf kind of character. He seems to be like a very he. Putin also thinks he's like a shonen protagonist. That's it. He has gone absolutely crazy. He is needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Let me stop you right there. There is a reason, actually. Because the point of him trying to shoot a bunch of missiles and drones into civilian areas, Israel also looking at you. Hey, lefties! Russia and Israel, they're basically the fucking exact same shit. The reason why he's doing that is because it's gonna, like, more than likely than anything, it's gonna prompt sort of. I'm trying to think, like, what's the best way to sort of describe this. It's going to be for the express purposes of trying to bring the Ukrainians to the negotiating table, and so that the Russians can be sort of negotiating from a position of strength. Let's be honest here. They are the aggressors. Russia, I guess, at this point has kind of learned its lesson and has just figured out, like, we cannot conquer the country because it is quite difficult and our army is not strong enough to do this. And that's why I suppose pretty much we've gotten to the point where, well, boys, well, looks like we too also have to go to the fucking goddamn negotiating table, because that was inevitably gonna fucking happen. Because crazy, whoa, ridiculous. But I don't know. The thing is, though, is like, I guess in particular, like with the Ukrainians, all they've really wanted out of this, more or less, is to just get the all of the weapons that they needed in order to be able to fight off the Russians, right? And that was the position that, broadly speaking, everyone should have adopted. Looking at you, fucking Joe Biden and the Democrats using these stupid, dumb fuck, like, Bill Clintonite fucking strategy of, like, well, let's just, or it wasn't Bill Clinton, it was Hillary Clinton who came up with this strategy. It's like, well, why don't we have the Russians and the Ukrainians just bleed each other out? There we go. Easy clap. And put on a lot of fucking goddamn sort of, like, arbitrary restrictions. If I recall correctly, I think the Germans have lifted, like, basically all restrictions, right? Germany lifting restrictions on weapons for Ukraine, because literally all of the fucking Europeans and the other allies to the Ukrainians, guess what? They were setting range limits on the actions of the Ukrainians. For what purpose exactly? Because of the U.S. being also afraid of the Russians doing their widow retaliation. Which was complete nonsense. The fucking Russians were never going to retaliate nuclearly. They were never going to do a nuclear retaliation. That shit was never going to fucking happen. Because, again, if the Russians were to do, like, a nuclear retaliation, that's going to be Article 5, and then they'd get fucked. Even in the global stages, with where they would have, like, their own sort of, like, backyard to consider. Everyone would be pissed and the whole world would turn against them if the Russians even thought about using a tactical weapon. So the idea that they needed range limits because of like they're afraid of like what could possibly happen if like Vladimir Putin decides to go full on chained and they're gonna try to like murder everyone. It was always fucking complete nonsense to begin with. Like that was never gonna fucking happen. But well, you know, unfortunately, consequences of the Clintonite fucking political strategy rearing its ugly head, because again, Biden was the main guy who was saying to all of the Europeans not to give all the Ukrainians the weapons they needed in order to be able to, as effectively possible, like, fight the fucking war, and was putting all these, like, fucking range limits. Now, with Donald Trump and his, like, failed shonen protagonist friendship arc, guess what? I guess the Europeans have decided to push forward themselves and not fucking deal with any of the U.S.'s fucking bullshit anymore. Which great for the Ukrainians. We love that for them. Fantastic, excellent. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it, and maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it would be lead to the downfall of Russia. Here's the thing. There's no way that Trump got to this conclusion in of himself. Like, this is what everyone has been fucking saying since the advent of the war. Ever since we fucking got to the position that we are currently in, what have the Russians always wanted to do with the Ukrainians? Oh, it's always been about fucking imperial conquest and just gaining a fucking territory. This has always been the fucking point. The Ukrainians have always been fucking saying this. But I guess, like, Joe Biden didn't want to fucking get... Well, no. Joe Biden and the military-industrial complex wanted to use this as, like, an excuse to bleed the Russians. I don't know why, because, like, the Russian military has been proven to be such a fucking paper tiger, like, so incredibly weak and fucking ineffective that I don't even understand why they had to fucking do the sort of bleed them out fucking strategy. But unfortunately, here we are with this fucking sort of, like, situation malaise. Such that Trump can get, like, a win with, like, Ukraine and Ukrainians now saying, like, well, you know, at least they're, like, gonna provide a lot more arms and are, like, sort of, he's, like, incentivizing the fucking Europeans, even though, like, Trump himself is fucking pro-Russian. But, well, you know, nice fucking meme. It's also silly and fucking stupid. Likewise, President Zelensky is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Oh yeah, here's the fucking both sidesism of Trump. This is where Trump's fucking stupidity it comes from. Like, what has Zelensky said in particular in terms of, like, any of his rhetoric? He just says, like, can we please get arms and not have to deal with all these arbitrary limitations? Thank you. We are very happy that our allies are helping us. And that's sort of just been Zelensky's whole rhetoric the whole time. But Trump sees, like, this is, I don't know, like, an affront to probably what he thinks and believes or something. I don't know, like, what is the point of him saying this? Like, what has Zelensky said exactly to warrant this? Me? Like, what did he do? Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. The only recent thing that I know of what Zelensky has been asking for, he asked the Russians if they could have a 30-day ceasefire so they could do talks, and the Russians have refused because in the minds of the Russians they've just been, like, doing, like, stupid LARPy fucking bullshit the whole time, saying, like, why don't we have a 2-day ceasefire for my Victory Day parade? And Zelensky's like, okay, well, why would you want a 2-day ceasefire when I propose a 30-day ceasefire? Why only 2 days? Doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Like, Trump, because he has a base, has to satiate all the stupid, like, I don't know, online fucking Nazi types that have a love and affinity for the fucking Russians and shit like that. It's really fucking stupid. This is a war that would have never started if I were president. The war was going on when you were president. And again, if you're so upset about getting fucking snubbed right now by Putin, which was always going to happen, if the war started under your fucking tenure, same behavior would have happened. Everyone fucking plays you like a fiddle because you are just a fiddle. because you don't believe in anything. Stupid. Which is why it's just like he's just saying like complete fucking nonsense. It's basically he's trying to do everything possible to escape any form of culpability that he may have. But it's just stupid. This is Zelensky's, Putin's, and Biden's war. No, this is only Putin's war because he's the one who did the invasion. But, again, since he's a fucking narcissist, he has to say everything possible in order to be like, listen, it's not my fault, I did nothing wrong, I never did anything wrong. This is also the same dude who will brag about the fact that he sent javelins to the Ukrainians. Like, technically speaking, by your fucking logic, that's also helping to perpetuate the war. But, you know, all logic falls on deaf ears to old man Trump, who, I don't know, just rambles and says fucking stupid, idiotic shit all the fucking time because, I don't know, he's a fucking idiot. Like, to be honest. I'm only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that would have started through gross incompetence, that have been started through gross incompetence and hatred. Like, I want people to understand just how completely ass backwards this all is. It's incoherent fucking babble. He's trying to basically have his cake and eat it too, in like probably the stupidest ways fucking possible. It's incredible to me. But again, you know who has to suffer for this? It's the Ukrainians, because thank you, Joe Biden and the Democrats, for your stupid abstemiousness. And now we have this fucking bumbling buffoon who wants to just avoid any culpability whatsoever because of abstemious fucking democratic fucking abstemiousness of when a more successful counteroffensive could have fucking happened, but with Joe Biden being the fucking pussy that he is, going ahead with the Clintonite fucking strategy of like, yeah, you know, just let the the Russians will burn themselves out maybe or some shit or whatever. This is what we have to fucking deal with now. Is this whiff waffler who's just gonna fucking both sides everything and have like no understanding of the fucking conflict or anything. But well, you know, there's also a video about this. You know, Trump is following up. Like, what do we got here? What's the big man got to say?
I'll give you an update. I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time.
Trump, this is Geopolitics. Nations and leaders do not have friends. They never have had friends. They never will be friends with you. No one likes you, okay? Because they like you or whatever. It's really fucking stupid that he's trying to, like, embody like this sort of like weird lunch table politics sort of mentality. Like, this isn't fucking, like you're saying, Boy Meets Mini. It's not fucking middle school. It's not about who's the popular kid on the block. You would definitely not be one of the popular kids on the block. No one would like your fucking goofy ass. Everyone would think that you're a stupid, annoying fucking belligerent, and no one would like you. No one would think you're popular and be happy with any of your fucking nonsense. So to say, like, well, you know, Putin's, like, just trying to do, like, all of his stuff, and I don't really like the fact that Putin's behaving in the ways that he's behaving. I don't like that very much, folks. It's just like, brother, like, what were you expecting to have changed or have happened here? Like, this was always gonna fucking occur. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do we need to, like, sort of go into just how, like, completely just nonsensical this is? Because, like, of course this was gonna fucking happen every single fucking time. Like, are you people for real? Like, world leaders do not have friends. Nation states do not have friends. It's all adversaries. All near peers. That is how it has always been. That is how it'll always be. This sort of, like, lunch table mentality of, like, well, I thought we were, like, friends and we were, like, cool on, like, with little Bobby and little Billy and stuff. Like, I don't know what's going on, guys. Like, what happened? Like, dog, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Like, this was always gonna fucking happen, dude. But, you know, whatever. Shonen friendship arc tactics, I guess, have failed miserably. Who would have thought that the shonen friendship stuff was not gonna be effective?
but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like.
Because here's the thing, like, because this is like the same shit I've said, like with Donald Trump when he did the negotiated with the fucking Taliban. The reason why the fucking pullout of Afghanistan was such a fucking goddamn shit show to begin with was because Donald Trump, I guess, thought he was making friends with like the leaders of the fucking Taliban, and thought he was like getting a good deal out of them or some shit, or whatever the fuck he was thinking. It ended up being a complete shit show. He played his whole fucking hand, just like he's doing here again. And guess what? He's being taken advantage of for it. So, you know, fuck it. YOLO swag, I guess. You know, old man just wants, I just want friends, but no one likes me.
Like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
They're still at war, Trump, you know? Like, this was always gonna fucking happen. There's still fighting that's happening. There is a war that is happening. Just because people are talking, there hasn't been a ceasefire that's announced. Guess what Zelensky did? He did the thing, saying he was the one who proposed the fucking 30-day ceasefire. But you shit on him for that. So it's just like, what exactly do you want here then, Donald? Like, Zelensky proposed the fucking proposal necessary in order to be like, okay, well, why don't we have a ceasefire, you know, so then we can do some talks. Putin doesn't want that because he just wants to keep advancing because he understands he has the strategic initiative and he wants to get as much fucking territory as possible. And you're fucking, like, this isn't even, like, willful abstemiousness, because what the Democrats did under Joe Biden was, like, willful abstemiousness in prescription with the Clintonite sort of tactic of letting the Ukrainians and fucking Russians bleed each other out. This is just, like, stupidity. This is just dumb. He's, like, a shonen protagonist trying to make his fucking friends, but realizing that this is reality and not anime.
We'll see what we're gonna do.
I'm so surprised that a world leader would stop me like this.
You're totally fake. All right, any other questions?
Yeah, you know, he starts to now he's like complaining about fucking fake news now because like he realizes that he's being made to look like a complete fucking buffoon, that he looks like a complete idiot. So, you know, that's cool. Donald Trump now huffing that fucking copium. It's incredible.
I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
I don't like it, folks. I don't like it, folks. Yeah, he's on that fucking hardcore copium pack. Like, dude, Trump, my guy, my duderino, my compatriot, my comrade in arms. What did you think was gonna fucking happen, my dude? Like, guess what? Like, countries do not have friends. They've never had friends. They have always been, you know, useful idiots to one another. That's geopolitics. That is simply just how it has always worked. They have never been friends. They never will be friends. They never ever will be friends. Countries are not big fans of one another. But, you know, does this fucking, like, complete bumbling buffoon have an understanding of that? No, of course not. Because he's just like, what do you mean? What do you mean that the other people from other countries don't like me? I don't understand. I thought we were, like, good friends. I thought we were chill. I thought we were playing hopscotch together or something. What's going on? No, dumbass. People fucking take advantage of each other all the fucking time on the world stage. It's how it works. Like, come on. It's a fucking big-ass fucking poker game, and this man thinks he's, like, fucking playing chess or checkers right now at the fucking poker table. It's actually fucking insane. But, again, like I've been fucking saying before, whoa, you're telling me that I'm surprised that Trump is, like, completely out of his depth when he's, like, trying to engage in complex fucking political situations, especially on the world stage? Say it ain't fucking so. Crazy. Who would have thought that such a thing could be fucking conceivable? Like, does anyone have, like, do people, broadly speaking, understand just how, like, fucking completely idiotic and pathetic this just kind of makes him look? Like, yeah, Putin was never your fucking friend. You look completely out of your depth. And who would have thought that shonen protagonism was not an effective fucking goddamn, what? That being a shonen fucking protagonist was not going to be an effective negotiation tactic. Whoa, who would have thought? the fucking Ukrainians have already said all the different stuff that they would like to propose in order to try to do something about this. But again, you've been constantly shitting on Zelensky about this. So it's just like, well, then what exactly do you want, Donald? What do you want? Do you want peace? Or do you want to do like some stupid fucking like both sidesism? Like, broadly speaking, do people understand just how fucking stupid this has been entirely because of just the sheer fucking belligerence? Like, I don't think I have to really like keep underpinning and underscoring just how completely idiotic this has all been. And guess what? The only people that have been reliable in any of these situations have been the fucking Europeans and the fucking goddamn Ukrainians themselves. They're the ones who have been constantly having to sort of like I don't know, get themselves out of the ditch that they're currently in because like the U.S. has been fucking wholeheartedly unreliable. Sure, like obviously the U.S. under Biden did get the most fucking arms packages, but mostly what I mean by unreliability here is by all of these like sort of like arbitrary arms positions and stuff like that because of the sort of like Clintonite strategy that Biden was having to adopt because of, I don't know, schizo nonsense or something. I can't really think of like any other sort of explanation to this. Like it's just sad and unfortunate that guess who are the ones that have to fucking suffer the consequences because of this. It's mainly the Ukrainians are the ones who have to fucking suffer the consequences of just like, I don't know, idiocy and just like belligerence and whatnot from the differing administrations who just for some reason all seem completely out of their depth for whatever bumblefuck idiot reasons for as to like what was necessary on the ground. If you gave the Ukrainians everything that they fucking have been asking for consistently since the fucking beginning, maybe we would not have found ourselves in the position that we are currently in. You know, some food for thought, but apparently that might be too much of like a complex thought process for U.S. elected officials or like certainly for like people in the presidency. Like it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know, like, really what else to say about this besides, like, there's only one fucking set of people that the Ukrainians can fucking goddamn rely on, and that is them fucking selves. Yeah, like, that's just like you're saying, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, like, literally the meme of, but let's give $20 trillion to fucking Israel or some shit. Yeah, man, totally, because that's exactly what's needed, is, like, more 20 trillion more dollars to the fucking Israelis. Yeah, fantastic, great, excellent. We love the stupidity of the fucking Democrats and the oafishness and buffoonery of the Trump administration. So, you know, that's cool. That's great.